Okay, don't let anyone in. But the people are not showing up. There's really not much to do at this point before purely taking profit. I mean, you could short it, but look at Friday. It's so choppy. It's very hard to do. Actually, other tickers may have actually have better movement range. But yes, here it looked like making a supply zone for me. If you look at yes 30 minutes volume profile, it it looked like a supply zone for me. So dropping below 61.29 is a volume gap, 20 points. And so the drop won't be too much. But NQ may be a little bit more if drop on NQ. So I gave a 3 demand zones. Those are in planning channels. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. And the upside targets, I have 2 targets, 6,200, 6,234. That's the final target. So let's look at SPY. I want to look at weekly time frame first. So the weekly MACD just become positive, really dropping momentum just slowing down. And it's about MACD crossover to the upside, even though we have a like negative divergence. We did make a newer high Friday. So I can say officially I have finished the task, another round of pullback. Qs didn't make a new high, but yeah, SPY did. So it's hard to be very bearish, and the fear greed index actually we're at a fear category. Put call ratio it put extremely high, but it doesn't mean it's gonna drop. The money flow, there is a huge money flowing in. Actually, institutions are still buying. And if you look at brown information, this I drew manually. So it matching my target of 615 to 620 area, 625 max. So if we do have a pullback after this round of rally, only 15 minutes and 30 minutes has a little bit more bullishness left. There's no any other time frames all done. So brown information would point to somewhere. I mean, in a more bullish situation, so okay, 565, that's 200 moving average. I don't usually use this kind of moving average, but just for the curiosity as a gauge. So if you look at SPY monthly chart, daily chart, like it's 30 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 15 minutes, we have 5. So after this finish, I think tomorrow we may have a fake breakout and then start coming back down. Hourly is ready to drop at least to 603. So daily already done. Weekly is also done, but monthly. So 540. I gave my target a little bit higher buying level. You could do reverse buying, but then you could also have the risk of miss the buying entirely. So we'll see what's happening. We see a lot of the puts. Um, Not, I don't think it's too far out. For 585 puts. I think it's February 28th, which is what, 2 weeks from here. That's where the stock buyback window is about to close. So for Qs, this weekly chart, we're just really going along this up channel. And MACD is about crossover to the upside too. So if you look at uh, daily Brownian formation, um, it will be somewhere here, 488 or lower. I mean, could that be just no, it has to be below 500. So I'm watching this area. So for this move to finish upside target, it's still 15, no, $39, about $9 to go to the upside. So meanwhile, we need to look at the dollar. So we know dollar, this is one, two, three, right? So days ago, we already predict this. Um, the below level would be where the wave three lands, right? And then it may bounce back to 107. So this drop may make the ES finish whatever the smaller time frame. And then when it's going back to main wave four, then ES will make the pullback on Q. So once this reaches five here, I think that may be the end of the dollar low. Let's look at it on the weekly. So monthly, I'm seeing 117. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, one, two, one, right? One, two. So if when it daily finish five, it will be one. So we're very near the bottom of the dollar. And then two, three, four, five. So if this making wave two, the market will be pulling back on the weekly time frame. And longer term, I still see this a lot higher. I've been having a very hard time to do the yield TNX charting. I have not been able to do the charting. Ah, I chose the wrong one. Okay, let's look at the daily. So the yield doesn't look too good, guys. I look at TLT, TMF many rounds, and regardless how I look at it, TLT, TMF doesn't have a good looking. It still tells me going back to retest the low. So one, two, three didn't finish. Four. If you make a five, you need to come back down here. So regardless what happens, TLT, TMF doesn't look too beautiful at this point. So we need to put this chart on, and then we also need to watch the yield. So yield, whether we're gonna make a W bottom or it looked like want to drop lower. So I have I'll be watching 4.3 here. It's mainly what I've been watching. So usually, okay, I have up and down levels already marked. The dropping below here will be 4.4, then 4.3. So that's what I'm thinking. Bitcoin, we had a daily breakdown briefly. If you look at the daily time frame, teeny tiny breakdown, but then immediately reclaim. So I still see this one to upside target over there. So if really dropping to somewhere 95 or 94, it may actually be a good time to buy. So I have a tiny long position micro here. That's my entry. Small, only 10 contracts. It's not very expensive. Gold. So gold, Amory recommend to go long on Friday, and I hesitated because the weekend. And open, I did do one, two wrong, so small amount of money. And then crude oil. I think crude oil is bottoming here. So might not be a bad idea to do some XLE or energy related. So anyway, let's look at the S&P sectors. So clearly XLP, like dark clouds, right? It's not very good looking, bullish looking candle on Friday. And so that's why PG, we gave 140, 150, 156 here. If PG dropped to 156, something like here, is a good place to load as a diversification. I think this year, this kind of ticker will be benefiting from the volatility. This XLB look a little bit topping too, and then XLRE. So we may have a little bit pullback. XLV definitely looking pullback. And let's look at the UNH. I still think UNH is gonna drop to here. I mean, and then HUM. So you choose one or the other. I always like UNH. So, but if HUM dropped to 190, I wouldn't mind doing some calls, right? It would be a good place to add calls too. Okay, so XLU also look like a M top retrace some too. So XLC has no sign of slowing down and XLK. So home building just started. It looked W bottom to me, and the bullish seasonality is about to start. So anyways, let's look at a few t-shirts that I give. Reese is already hit our target. So you can from 420 I gave to 507. That's done. No more FNGU target is about 730. So we still have $50 to go. NVIDIA earning could be interesting. So broad information, I'll be somewhere, let's say, extend right. So somewhere I will be here, right? I will be interested in adding for the next round of pullback. And whether you want to leave some base position, for me, I'm not leaving any FNGO base position, but you could always keep QQQs, right? TQQQs and FNGUs had like a leveraged ETF. I don't keep any base, but doesn't mean you cannot keep those stickers. You really should be rotating. You should never 100% get rid of all your equities. Because once you get rid of it, like FNGU, you can never get back this low again. Just really the fact, right? So let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we loaded from here when everybody was scared, but it's really coming close to resistance here. So the earning is going to be very interesting, right? So this should come back down for measured move. So I gave the sticker upside target is anywhere 165 to 180. Whether the earning is going to drop or going up, I don't really care. If it really drops, we can load. So for me, to be interested in buying the sticker again should be somewhere at least 114. If it doesn't drop, okay, it's fine. We have a lot of the NVIDIA earning pub would help all the other ticker like AVGO or AMD, SOXL. We have tickers like that. So come to this level, I will be offloading a little bit and then come back down and reload. For Apple, so Apple, when everybody was scared, we also loaded from the low. And it doesn't really have any bearish sign. If you look at the weekly, so weekly we're at 1, 2. So we're gonna move 3 down. So I would be interested in somewhere like 200. That would be ideal. But you don't really have to buy every single ticker, right? So let's see. I remove all the moving averages to so you can see better. Okay. So this weekly clearly is bullish. Price above all the moving areas, very similar to here, right? Doesn't this look the same? So Apple has no sign of bearishness at all. Meta, Meta is um, like what is it, 80-degree angle? There is no sign of slowing down at all. This is weekly. Netflix too hit my target. I stopped looking at Netflix after hitting my target 10:30. 10:30 right now is 10:57. And I did give the buying level. Google is a little bit weak. But then if you look at the weekly, it really just retest this breakout level and has a hammer. So I actually, frankly speaking, I wouldn't even mind loading a little bit Google at this price. I don't really care Meta, Netflix at that price much. But here, if you don't want to, you can sell 170 cash secure put. Then you could get a very good premium too. And if you're assigned shares, you'll be paying 165-ish. That's still pretty good, right? For Google 165. Okay, Tesla. Tesla. Okay, why Tesla? I did my analysis on this side. Let me. So Tesla, I gave the 325 level saying, let's look at daily and weekly chart. So as long as 308 holds, your W bottom is holding. This impulse move is still intact, right? That's daily. So the whole area here, we call it area of interest, right? So it just press return to the crime scene and then rallied pretty hard, actually, $40, 30 some dollars. But now I'm seeing this is resistance, but stronger will be 380 to 384. So I think that will be daily wave 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, I think we're gonna retest 308 area. And as long as this holds, I'm fine. But on weekly, a weekly is really not that bad. If you look at weekly, it really just retested here. And then weekly candle looking really good. Sorry for all the lines for me to see. So the weekly candle is really not that bad. So my weekly target, I'm going to remove all this. Still 521, actually. My weekly target went higher, 521. So for if during the next pullback and Tesla really dropped near 300, I think I'm gonna load pretty hard on TSLL. So that's my plan. Microsoft has been a little bit softer compared to the other ones, but it really just ranging. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's when you say what is curve, this is the curve and the bottom of the curve. So it is a really good company. When it's low, you buy and then hold it. Just don't look at it. Like sometimes like say, oh my God, Jade, what's happening? This is not going anywhere. I remember one ticker, you guys ask me every day, every day, every day, Nat. It's John here. Where's John? He's the one asking me every single day. Not looking back how low we load the sticker, guys. That's why I'm telling you, don't always look 2 inch in front of us. Look at 200 yards in front of us. Look at this. This like almost tripled. And a lot of you probably, as soon as turn green, and then you're like, I can't stand this. I'm gonna get rid of this. And then it flew. Same thing as FNCU QQQ every time, right? So this time, let's be more patient. Okay, so that's Microsoft. Amazon, frankly speaking, this, I don't even know whether this guy is gonna drop. Look at MACD. So MACD, the dropping momentum started slowing down, and you soon gonna have MACD cross over to the upside. And the RSI very near our sold level, and price once cross over, this does not look bearish at all. It does look consolidation, and this guy may just go a little bit more consolidation. So I don't really see Amazon to drop to the level I gave you guys. But hey, look, I would rather buy cheap than chasing long, right? Okay, so that is that. And I'm gonna remove. So TAM, this kicker has been going like insane. Uh, so let's look at daily, hourly. So if we come back to near 74, 68, like value area high POC area, we'll watch for reversal. And OKLO, 1, 2, 3. I think daily is wave 4. So you can watch on 30 minutes. And then it really never finished the wave 5. This is hourly, but daily also. Daily 1, 2, 3. And then another guy is looking similar, Caterpillar. So if you look at John Deere is near all-time high, but Caterpillar is so low. That's why if you have John Deere, I will sell all John Deere and use the profit to buy Caterpillar, right? I mean, they are a very strong competitions. Intel. So Intel daily finally finished the drop. Now ready to wave 3, explosive move. And then weekly, monthly target is quite good. We missed the really low, but monthly is $800. $800, that's about $200, 50%. 50% is not bad, right? So BKNG didn't hit my target yet, but I wouldn't recommend you go long now at this point. So I kind of removed it from my long. If you're already in there, that's fine. But for new one, I wouldn't recommend to go in. And look at Mali from 1635 to that's like 500 points, guys. And just a short distance from my upside target now. It's always get there. Just take a little bit more time. And MasterCard. I give MasterCard a short DTE option on 30 minutes. Target is so 578. And what the other one I give for the short DTE? I gave an LRCX short, but if market is not dropping, this guy wouldn't drop, but this is what I see. So 1, 2, 3 come back down. That's why. And what else I give? Oracle. I really like HRB. So HRB is the bullet seasonality, and daily just finished, and weekly the upside potential is really high. So If I want to do this, the ticker I would like to do, like for the tax. Although I don't know about next year. If really Trump started to do flat tax, I don't know. I can't even imagine that. I would be so happy. But let's see whether we get there. Costco. Costco is a ticker. You should always have a base position. I regret sold all my positions near 800, but it's just nonstop going. So if come back to 900-ish, maybe we can look into add a little bit to our position, but it's really expensive now. So hopefully monthly, I mean, I think that would be a dream to come down 565. I don't know. I think anywhere near 800, 700 would be a good deal. The other one is Walmart. Walmart, we've been waiting for Walmart to come back down to this level for a long time. It just keep going up. So for Walmart, Costco, um, along with some the mega ticker, it should always have some base position. Anyway, so I'm not gonna take too long to go through all this. I already gave all the charge and target and how we enter. So today I want to make it like a Q&A session, but we don't really have we have one new student joining us. Um, so I guess if he has question, he can ask Jamie. All the other ones has been with me forever, for a long, long, long time. Okay, no questions. No question. We're gonna just be short and sweet. Let's finish here and okay. All right. Guys, I will see you guys Tuesday morning. All right, bye.